In war-torn Bosnia, 1995, NATO vehicles crawl across a desolate landscape, a stark reminder of conflict. Young German soldiers, among them Klaus, tense, their eyes scanning the ravaged countryside. Dust billows, painting the sky with shades of gray, as the convoy pushes deeper into the heart of the war zone. Each shadow, each broken building, whispers tales of battles fought and lives lost. Klaus grips his weapon, his youthful face hardened by the grim reality surrounding him. The air hangs heavy with unspoken fears as they advance, their mission unclear, their future uncertain. Inside the NATO base, Klaus, looking fresh-faced, sits among the soldiers. The soldiers are listening attentively to the briefing. The atmosphere is tense, filled with anticipation for the upcoming mission. The mission, securing an abandoned Serbian radar station, the narration echoes. The soldiers exchange glances, a mix of apprehension and determination. Klaus takes a deep breath, steeling himself for the task ahead. The unit's vehicles rumble toward the dilapidated radar station, a stark silhouette against the bright, unforgiving sky. Dust devils dance around the crumbling structure, hinting at neglect and forgotten purpose. From afar, the eyes of locals follow their every move, reflecting a silent blend of fear and deep-seated resentment. Their wary glances speak volumes, hinting at stories untold and secrets buried within the station's shadow. The air crackles with unspoken tension as the unit begins its investigation, stepping onto hallowed, unwelcoming ground. Klaus and his unit storm through the breached front door, weapons raised, eyes scanning the debris-strewn radar station. The radar station is in ruins, a scene of chaotic abandonment with equipment overturned and wires hanging like ghostly tendrils. Dust motes dance in the sunlight, filtering through broken windows, illuminating the signs of a hasty retreat. Empty chairs are scattered haphazardly, a silent testament to the suddenness of the evacuation. Klaus strides forward, his boots crunching on shattered glass as he assesses the desolate scene. The air hangs heavy with the scent of burnt electronics and forgotten hopes, a stark reminder of a battle lost. Inside the radar station, soldiers advance through the upper levels, their heavy footsteps echoing off the rusted shell casings. Scattered heaps of broken equipment tell tales of battles fought and lost, their silence heavy with untold stories. The air is thick with tension, each shadow seeming to whisper of past conflicts and future uncertainties. A sense of unease permeates the desolate space, clinging to every corner and crevice of the abandoned station. The soldiers continue their sweep, their grim determination, a stark contrast to the station's haunting stillness. Inside the radar station, Jurgen gestures urgently, his expression a mix of hope and caution, leading the way to the basement. A toppled filing cabinet obscures an old steel door, its faded Cyrillic markings hinting at a forgotten era. The heavy steel door stands as a silent sentinel, a barrier between the known and the unknown. The air grows heavy with anticipation as they approach the hidden entrance, the weight of history palpable. Each step echoes with the promise of discovery and the looming threat of what lies beneath. Klaus, his face a mask of grim determination, strains against the heavy steel door in the dimly lit tunnel. The clang of metal reverberates as a soldier wedges a crowbar into the door's unyielding seam. With a fierce grunt, Klaus swings a sledgehammer, each blow echoing through the claustrophobic tunnel. The steel door groans in protest, finally yielding to their relentless assault, revealing darkness beyond. A wave of foul air rushes out, an invisible force hitting them with the stench of decay and forgotten secrets. Soldiers cautiously step into a concrete chamber, their faces grim in the stark light. The air is thick with the silence of death as they survey the scene. Piles of bones, both human and inhuman, form macabre heaps across the floor. Shadows dance between the bone piles, creating an eerie, unsettling tableau. Each step echoes in the chamber, a stark reminder of the grim reality surrounding them. The soldiers exchange uneasy glances, realizing the horror of their discovery. In the dim radar station bone chamber, Klaus holds a bone aloft, its ivory surface reflecting the weak light. He squints, his eyes tracing faint etchings carved into the ancient bone, a puzzle forming in his mind. A growing unease creeps into his expression as the bone reveals its secrets. His face contorts in disgust, the truth behind the etchings hitting him with full, horrifying force. Pale and terrified, soldiers recoil from the bone chamber, their retreat echoing with dread. Each footstep pounds against the tunnel walls, amplifying the raw, desperate urgency of their escape. "We have to report this. Now," Soldier 1 urges, his voice strained with disbelief and fear. Soldier 2, eyes wide with haunting memory, stammers, "I've never seen anything like it, never." The tunnel air hangs heavy with unspoken horror, a chilling testament to what lies behind them. The radar station, a forgotten sentinel, stands in silent decay, a monument to a bygone era. The tunnel, once a lifeline, is now collapsed, nature reclaiming its own with relentless force. Weary soldiers emerge, their faces etched with the burden of obsolete technology. They carry antiquated computer systems, relics of a time when vigilance was paramount. Jürgen sits alone, untouched food before him, lost in thought amidst the lively mess hall. His eyes, distant and unfocused, betray a deep isolation despite the soldiers around him. An aura of palpable loneliness surrounds him as he avoids all eye contact. The mess hall's laughter and chatter fade into background noise for Jürgen. Absorbed in his own world, Jürgen walks his patrol route, a solitary figure against the vast landscape. A sudden, violent cough racks his body, and blood splatters on the ground. His eyes turn bloodshot, reflecting a growing horror and inner turmoil. Panic sets in as he clutches at his chest, struggling to breathe. He desperately grips the medic's hand, seeking solace and a lifeline. Inside the medical tent, Jürgen is swiftly medevaced, his fate hanging in the balance. Klaus and the other soldiers watch, their faces etched with shock and unease. The air is thick with unspoken fears, the recent events casting a long shadow. A heavy silence descends, each soldier grappling with the grim reality of their situation. Under a heavy sky, Klaus and 3 soldiers stand guard on the outskirts of a remote village, their figures silhouetted against the horizon. An unspoken tension hangs in the still air, amplifying the feeling of unease that settles over the village. Klaus scans the empty landscape, his gaze sharp and wary as he anticipates unseen threats. The soldiers remain vigilant, their presence a silent promise of protection amid the looming uncertainty. On the village outskirts, Klaus reels, a sudden, sharp pain exploding in his head, his hand flying to his temple. He struggles to keep pace with the other soldiers, each step a monumental effort against the encroaching darkness. His vision blurs, the vibrant world around him dissolving into a disorienting haze of black spots. Klaus falters, the weight of his unseen torment threatening to bring him to his knees. The soldiers march on, oblivious to Klaus's silent battle against the encroaching abyss. Sunlight dapples the forest floor as Klaus halts, head tilted, the air alive with the rustling of unseen things. Faint whispers carried on the breeze, Serbian barely audible, prickling the hairs on the back of his neck. His gaze darts from tree to tree, a silent hunter tracking shadows in the emerald twilight. Fleeting glimpses of movement tease the edge of his vision, phantoms dancing in the periphery. Paranoia coils around him, a serpent tightening its grip with each rustle and whisper. Dread washes over Klaus, the forest no longer a sanctuary, but a cage closing in. Klaus surveys the tranquil riverbank, his eyes sharp, scanning for any sign of life or danger. Figures emerge near the water's edge, their presence unsettling the peaceful scene. Soldiers in unfamiliar uniforms, not NATO, patrol the riverbank, their presence a stark warning. Recognition dawns on Klaus as he identifies the uniforms, Bosnian Serb soldiers. A chilling realization washes over Klaus. The tranquil riverbank now a scene of potential conflict. On the riverbank, a Bosnian Serb soldier unleashes a torrent of Serbian words, his rifle a threatening extension of his rage. Klaus reacts in a heartbeat, his hand a blur as he draws his own weapon. The air crackles with unspoken menace as the two men face off, weapons poised. Tension hangs heavy, each breath a challenge in the standoff on the riverbank. On the riverbank, Klaus confronts the Bosnian Serb soldier, tension thick in the air. A swift move as Klaus disarms the soldier, the glint of steel flashing in the daylight. The butt of Klaus's P8 pistol rises, a dark silhouette against the bright sky. Each strike echoes, a brutal rhythm punctuating the stillness of the riverbank. The river watches silently as the scene unfolds, reflecting the harsh reality. Beside the riverbank, a Bosnian Serb soldier desperately pleads, his voice cracking with fear, begging Klaus to stop the torment. "Please, stop, I beg you," he cries out in Serbian, his words a desperate plea against the brutal assault. Klaus, lost in fear and paranoia, unleashes a relentless barrage of blows upon the soldier, each strike filled with raw violence. The sound of each brutal impact echoes, a grim testament to Klaus's descent into fear-fueled madness. At the riverbank, the scene unfolds with Klaus's desperate figure. His shouts echo, a blend of rage and helplessness. The river reflects his torment, an indifferent witness. Each cry is a futile plea against the vast landscape. On the riverbank, Klaus looms over the bloody body of a Bosnian Serb soldier, his breath catching in ragged gasps. His eyes, wide with shock, reflect the stark horror of the scene, mirroring the grim tableau before him. The air is thick with the metallic tang of blood, the silence broken only by Klaus's uneven breathing. Shadows stretch long in the daylight, as if even the earth is recoiling from the brutal scene. Sunlight barely penetrates the dense canopy as Klaus surveys the silent woods, every shadow a potential threat. The air is thick with unspoken menace. He scans the surroundings, the shadowy figures gone like apparitions. Each rustle of leaves sounds like a warning. Klaus strains to see through the trees. He is alone in the heart of the dark, silent woods. Under a somber dusk sky, Klaus wanders through the desolate Bosnian countryside, a solitary figure consumed by haunting memories. The weight of the radar station and riverbank events bears down on him, distorting his perception of reality. Paranoia gnaws at his mind, blurring the lines between what is real and what is imagined. He walks on, a man adrift in a landscape as barren as his soul, his solitude amplifying the inner turmoil.